slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow.
Hey, welcome back guys to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day, fantastic day and enjoying your day so far. So yeah, I also hope you guys are learning something new from my channel. I mean, this is one of the biggest goal, I guess, from every video. I try to bring some of the good informative information to you guys, so you guys can use that information and use for your daily basis project, hobbies and stuff like that. There are research that I do for myself, and at the end, if I feel that this is a great information that I share with you guys, I always go ahead and share it with you. So yeah, that's, I guess, the goal. And I also want to thank you to all my viewers who is liking, subscribing my channel. And I hope you guys are again learning something and enjoying my content, and there is something you're getting out at the end of the day, or at least after you watch my videos. So anyway, in this video, I will be basically showing you the unbinding process for DJI drone. I mean, we know the simple process, right? I mean, if you just buy a drone, used drone, I mean, if you buy a brand new drone, this topic don't even exist technically. I mean, you buy the drone, you simply bind the drone to your account. I mean, I guess let's go back. What is binding and binding, right? I mean, a lot of people think about it, but in straightforward, in simple one or two words, binding is like basically, again, like it sounds like binding to your account. It's like you buy an Apple iPhone, how you have a cloud lock and Apple ID or something. When you activate your iPhone on your account, it belongs to you. Now, if your phone is stolen, right, no one else can really activate the phone unless you remove from your account. So it's basically the same concept. It's basically the drone ownership. So let's say I buy the drone, right? I mean, drone is something you fly in the freaking air. The range is almost 10 kilometer, which is like 2.5 miles. So let's say you're flying 2.5 miles drone, and suddenly something happens and your drone just falls down and you cannot locate it. If someone else find it, they won't be able to fly that drone because that drone is basically binded to your account. So it's basically like a security feature that DJI is offering. So when you buy a used drone, you basically ask the previous owner, hey, go back to your account, remove from your account, or in other words, unbind your drone, basically remove your drone from your account so I can activate under my name on my account. So that's the whole basically deal. Now, I want to show you the easy way. Easy, I mean the straightforward way how this process looks like when you buy a used drone, on a Craigslist or Facebook or stuff like that, or from a friends or family. They have to basically go back and remove the drone from your account. That's an easy way. But I also want to share the main tricky, unknown way that a lot of people don't know, and that is where a lot of new information I will be sharing with you, which is so freaking useful. Anyway, let's do one by one. So I'm going to show you a quick video of my actually app in my phone, basically how you go back, or how you basically bind and bind. So yeah, let's do one by one. And I'm sorry, I might be jumping back and forth in my video because I have a lot of information to share. I just don't know the right order to go in. And here you can see a couple of tabs. I also, of course, bought this drone on eBay on a bid for $99 plus tax and shipping and stuff like that. Again, I also fixed this drone, and that is where my entire journey was, to unbind this drone. Because when I bought this drone, the person who sold me the drone is actually not the owner, and he clearly mentioned in the description that this is bounded to someone else's account, and he have no way to removing this drone from this account. So I knew it when I bought it. So I want to go back to show you binding unbinding process, right? Let me play this quick small video in my phone here. Let's see. Okay, let's go back. So yeah, basically this is my phone, and okay, so yeah, click your DJI app. Here you can clearly see, of course, your app opens. Again, this is the easy way. This is how it should be. But my goal is to show you when you do not know the previous owner. That's the goal. So you simply click on the profile icon here, as you can see. You click on the profile and then you click on the device management right on the top. And here you see the drones you have on your account that's been activated. So you click the drone that you want to remove. Let's say I want to remove this drone, and you can clearly see remove device from account. So when you click on it, it basically gone from your account, and that at that time instant it's again it's talking to the server. As soon as you hit that button, that drone is gone from your account. It's released in the server, and now anywhere anyone out there who you sell this drone can go back and activate this drone. You can play this ping pong game, all day long. You can remove, activate. I mean, you are the owner basically, right? You can inactivate, activate, inactivate, activate like all day long. Doesn't matter. It doesn't cost anything. Takes 1 or 2 seconds. You can do it all day long. But hey, now the process I'm going to show you will be, if you do not know, if you buy a used drone like I did on eBay, if you buy the used drone, is it possible to remove this drone from that person who you have no idea who he or she is? Now, yes, that is possible, and this is exactly I'm going to show you the entire process. So yeah, let's take a quick look on the drone I bought. So here are the pictures I'm going to show you. But yeah, here are the pictures you can see of my drone that I purchased for $100 plus shipping and tax. I believe I paid like $111 in total. Yes, here is the amount, $111. And seller also gave me $21 refund back, or a partial refund. So at the end I was like, it costed me 90 bucks, which I think is a freaking amazing deal, and I'll explain you why he gave me 20 bucks discount. But yeah, here are the pictures. Of course, a remote, actual drone, one battery and one charging cable. Here you can see the drone. Yeah, simple, straightforward, beautiful looking drone. Now the problem, yeah, I guess I can go back here. See, these are the item description. He basically put, hey, DJI Mini 2 drone seems to work fine, but is binded to previous owner. I have no way to unbind it. Comes with battery, remote control, charging cable, and box. Okay. Now the problem here was, he said it works fine, and it just have a binding issue. Well, he was wrong here, and that is why he gave me a 20 bucks back, because I kind of fight with him. I'm like, hey, you basically lied to me. This drone, I'm aware about the unbinding binding issue, but it also has some physical issue. Now here is the drone, and I'll show you the physical issue. Now look at this. You see this crack? So this guy, what he did in the pictures, he basically put the gimbal cover on it, basically hide the, the he basically hide it. I'll show you the pictures again. Look at that. This is his picture, but you can kind of see a crack right here. Look at that. Its crack is right here. Right here. You can see the broken piece, but it's hiding behind this cover. He have no picture without the cover, because he knew, that there's a crack, but he was hiding it, and it just did not make me happy. Look at that. Clearly I mean, look this side. There is no damage this side, but when you look this side, you can clearly see the damage, and I'm like, this is not fair. This guy did not disclose about the physical damage. And also one of the leg, yeah, this is it. You can see here clearly. Look at that. So the gimbal is basically holded by 4 legs, and one leg was completely broken. This was broken, so I'm like, that's not right. Here is another good shot. Look at that, guys. So yeah, and here I took the picture after I put the gimbal cover to kind of compare, so you can clearly see the crack. So yeah, okay, so here is the, let's go back, and now I guess I will start the whole process. So hey, I call DJI directly, right? And basically when you connect your controller to your phone and you add the app and everything, and when you connect it, this is what I was seeing before I did anything. It basically shows bound to, this is a previous owner ID. I don't see the complete ID. It's similar to like an Apple product. You don't see the entire ID. It's basically hidden. It shows already bound to another user. Here is the aircraft serial number, and it matches to the same serial number. Of course, you have, where the battery cover is, and of course your remote, which is, they call it a flight controller, but your remote ID or whatever. So this is what I was seeing, right? So here I call DJI. I'm like, hey, this is what's happening. I purchased this used drone from eBay, it's bounded to a previous owner. What can I do about it? Can you remove it and stuff like that? And they were like, hey, do you know the previous owner? I'm like, no, I do not. I basically purchased on eBay. And they said, yes, it is possible, right? It is possible. And I'm going to show you the email, this one. They said it is possible. You have to send three things to us. And here you can see, I'm going to maybe make this screen a little bigger here. So of course, this is my ticket number. And again, this came from official DJI, their tech support. They're basically asking for three things here, guys. Okay, three things. They're asking for a serial number image on the aircraft, proof of purchase, which is your receipt, and an authorization or authorized unbinding letter from the seller. Now, seller doesn't have to be the previous owner. Seller is who you bought this from. Basically, this person is confirming, hey, I sold my drone or this drone to this person. This is the serial number and stuff like that. So serial number image is simple. You basically open the lid of your drone. That's where the serial number reside. Take a picture. Proof of purchase, simple receipt, not complicated, just a receipt. Now that is where my little confusion or kind of concern was. He's asking for an authorization letter. Well, I guess why eBay seller would give me an authorization letter, I mean, I don't think he would care. So, and I, went ahead and messaged this guy on eBay, and he basically ignored my message, to be honest. He never even replied back to me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play a little naughty here. So, yeah, I'm gonna play a little naughty here. I basically wrote this literally open on this Word document. I copied this whole thing as is word by word, and I literally wrote, "Hey, I have ownership of DJI drone serial number this and confirm the product was sold to, of course, me and my name there, and I have no objection to unbinding the unit. Please go ahead and unbind to so my customer can enjoy the drone and stuff like that." And I put his eBay user ID. Okay, I prepared everything, send it to this guy, these guys I should say. uh, Waited for 2 3 days, 4 days, no reply. Then I finally called them. I kind of freaked out. I'm like, hey, you guys are taking forever. Can you tell me what's going on and stuff like that? And they were like, sir, we are contacting the previous owner now. We are basically sending the email to them per their process. So I'm like, so why are you asking me the documents if you're basically reaching out to the previous owner? What's the point of you even asking me the document? They were like, well, this is our process, so you have to send all the documents, then we will reach out to the previous owner, and then basically we will see what that person has to say. If that person say yes, you can activate on someone else's account, then we are good to go. And I'm like, what if he says no? He's like, then we have to make the decision. I'm like, well, that's not fair, because I mean, I just don't like the process. I'm like, you know what, let me talk to your supervisor. So I basically spoke to a supervisor, and I kind of told the whole thing. And supervisor basically said the reason it's taking longer because you do not have a stamp on it. I mean, you look at this picture here, the little kind of template they're sending has a stamp on it. He said your letter has no stamp. And I'm like, we don't really use stamp. I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, yes, we can get stuff notarized, but why the seller will have a stamp? And I was like, what type of stamp are you talking about? He said we need a stamp where it shows like a business name and their physical address and things like that. And I'm like, no, 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 that is not possible. I don't know what you're talking about. And they were like, you know what, I'm going to escalate this request to the team in China. I believe that is where all the binding and unbinding is done, because this is a Chinese company, DJI. He said he's going to escalate my concern to China, and he's also sending the email to the previous owner like 2 days back to back, and he will basically ask them for the permission to release the drone. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. So let's see what happened. So again, I waited for like 1 or 2 days, and then actually I should also show you this email. These are the document. Let's see, doc send. Yep, so that's the email, guys. So this is the email. I basically sent it to them. Simply the authorization letter, eBay receipt, and a picture of the lid where I can see my serial number and stuff like that. So that's what I sent them. Now, after 2 or 3 days, this is what the supervisor I was talking with emailed me back. Basically, he said, "Hey, I hope this email finds to you. This is Ming, the supervisor who spoke to you past 2 days." And he said, "Great news. We are glad to inform you that drone unbinding request has been approved." I was like, "Oh wow, I think it's done." So he basically said, "Go in profile, device management, and bind new device." And I'm like, "Okay, well, let me give it a try." And when I open my phone and look at that, as soon as I open my phone and connected the device, now it shows me bind to account. Let me go back on a previous image so you kind of see. Previously, it was showing already bound to another account, right? But now, after they did it, now it shows, look at that, bound to, not bound, bind to account. So it clearly confirm this is released and I can activate on my account. So yeah, here I was, able to activate on my account instant. So this is my email address. And see, now I get the option remove device from account because this is fully activated on my account. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I was pretty happy, excited, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool process because I went through a lot of videos on YouTube thinking I can find a video that will really talk about how to unbind drone from unknown seller. If you know the seller, that's a whole new, it's a totally different topic. But my video is dedicated to the viewers where your seller is unknown. You don't know who is actually the owner of your drone. You don't know that. So yeah, here you can clearly see I was able to activate the drone. And after that, I opened the drone. Of course, I had to fix the physical damage, and I can show you the whole thing. I didn't really document the whole process, like repairing it, because that was my first time. I just did not know how good it gonna go, so I just kind of did it, and to be honest, everything went well. My drone is flying now. I fully repaired it. I'm gonna show you the parts information, what the problem was, what the error was. So if you're struggling with similar issue, hey, this is a great information. But yeah, here you can see the leg I was talking about. So gimbal, actual entire camera or gimbal, it's holded by four legs: one, two, three, and four. So there are four legs. So three were good. The fourth one was completely cracked. Look at that. This is completely cracked. So that was one issue. This is second issue. You can see this is a crack on the body. Now this is the main issue. Look at this cord. This is what they call gimbal flex or flexible cable on your DJI Mini 2. This is a flexible cable. I'm going to show you more pictures so you have a better view. There you go. Look at this crack I'm talking about. And this is the cable. This cable is completely broken off. Completely broke. So there is no connection between this little sensor and this. Yep, here is another view. Here is another one. Look at that. Same thing. So yeah, I basically opened the drone after that. And here I'm going to show you some of the error messages because of that broken cable. So I was getting, of course, this IMU whatever error. No satellite positioning signal, unable to hover. Gimbal unable to connect because the code is broken. I mean, you can clearly see the cable is broken. Repairs required. Contact DJI. Satellite provisioning signal weak. This. So yeah, as you can see, I was getting bunch of different error messages. And here is another error message. Yep, similar. Calibrate IMU, which is of course straightforward. You can just calibrate it. But yeah, satellite positioning signal weak. Gimbal unable to connect. So yeah, I did some research. I looked a bunch of videos and did some research. It turned out there is that cable I was talking about is what I needed. So I went on. One of the video was recommending me to buy this cable for 13 bucks. That's a cable, and mine is broken here. I'll go back to a picture so you kind of know. Let's see, something, a clear view. There you go. Okay, so you can see the thing here. This has this little sensor and this long cable that goes like this. Now when I go back here, now this is the long cable and this is that sensor. So my cable is broken right here. Okay, I watched a couple of videos on this topic. A lot of the people were saying, hey, they replaced the cable, but they're still getting the error message So what they had to do, they had to replace this tiny chip. And some people were saying in in a Reddit blogs, they said they had to go to like a cell phone repair shop, and they have to take the original chip, put on this newer cable, and then they were able to fly. So the moral of this cable was, or the whole story was, hey, buy this cable from some reputed company, so this cable is kind of accepted by the drone. Don't go for super cheap cable. You can find a similar cable on, I don't know, eBay for 5-6 bucks. I saw it, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna spend $13 because this has a great reviews, as you can see. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go with this cable. So I got the cable, came to my house in 2-3 days, and I of course installed this cable, and voila, as soon as I installed this cable, it took me a while. I was removing everything step by step, and after I installed this cable in my drone, all the errors went away related to gimbal. All I had to do this IMU calibration, that's what the last thing was showing. So I had to go in my remote and hit the calibrate button, put this drone straight, then sideways, then upward, and stuff like that. That puppy went away, and wow, and after that my drone took off and it's working amazing, no problem at all, and everything was fixed. So I have been super happy. I was able to fix this drone with this basically 12 $13 cable. And but yeah, this drone was pretty cheap to me. Like I mentioned, originally I paid what, $111, but because of the physical issue that guy never mentioned, it was kind of, he was kind of hiding it. Basically, I kind of contacted him. Hey, I said, I can return your drone because I was not aware about the physical issue. Now I have to buy more parts. So he was also able to give me like 20 some bucks, credit back. So I'm like, hey, that's not bad for 90 bucks. That's a pretty good deal. So I've been really happy. My drone is flying now. I'm super happy with that. But yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to share with you. I know I did not document it, the whole repair process, but I hope, by sharing the pictures, you kind of have the good idea about the entire unbinding process from unknown seller, when you of course don't know who was the previous owner, and how I was able to repair this drone cable, flexible flat ribbon cable for mini 2 and stuff like that. I can put the link in the description. So if you're looking for similar cable, I would highly recommend going with this cable. Don't go with eBay. I mean, I know this one works for sure. I don't know about the other cable, but this is works for sure. So anyway, I hope you guys are again learning something new from my channel. If you did, I would appreciate if you can subscribe my channel, like and share. But let me know if you have any question or concern. Again, keep watching, guys. We'll come back in the new video, some new content. But yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace out and have a great day.